Good morning, Tim and Ashley. Yeah, you can see behind me Masonicare here in Wallingford. They are getting ready for the first distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, at nursing homes throughout the state, there is finally a glimmer of hope in ending the spread of this virus in our most vulnerable communities. After months and months of waiting, the vaccine has made its way to not only hospitals, but nursing homes throughout the state. There's more than 20,000 people living in Connecticut nursing homes, and they have high hopes of getting at least 80% of the residents vaccinated. Now, here at Masonicare, the CEO will be rolling up his sleeve along with 3 frontline nurses out here in this tent. They'll be receiving the first vaccines at 11 a.m. as they kick off their company-wide distribution. Now, Edge Hill and Stamford is kicking off their first COVID-19 vaccination clinic in partnership with CVS Health. And CVS announcing just this morning they'll be administering the vaccine at 580 facilities, reaching 95,000 patients in Connecticut, a huge milestone in stopping the spread of the virus to some of our most vulnerable communities. Now, as we've mentioned throughout the newscast, Governor Ned Lamont announcing today he has directed the Connecticut Department of Public Health to add Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine to the state's vaccination program. We're expected to receive over 63,000 doses in addition to the 31,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine delivered in the past week, and another 24,000 doses anticipated to arrive this week. Now, Governor Ned Lamont also saying at another long-term care facility just last week that he is hoping to have 100% of long-term care facility residents vaccinated by the end of January. Reporting in Wallingford, Lauren Zenzi, Fox 61 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And also happening today, President-elect Joe Biden